everybody, I'm Paul.
And I'm Andrew.
And welcome back to the Fan Voice. Today we are going to talk about the recent exciting announcement about Kingdom Hearts 3 that Big Hero 6 is going to be one of the worlds.
Yes.
And yeah, we're really excited about it. We didn't get too much visuals. We just got one or two artistic renditions, but still very exciting for a number of reasons. I think there were 2 points I wanted to talk about, the significance of Big Hero 6 reveal specifically is first off, it's part Marvel. So this brings up a new window for we could definitely see some Marvel stuff. It's not out of the question at this point.
Right.
Which is
nice.
Yeah.
I mean Disney has a little bit more control over this one because it's a Disney produced animated series.
Right. This is the first one they really got their own hands on in the creation process, not just the ownership kind of thing.
Yeah, but I will say it's really cool to see to finally have confirmation that
absolutely
something Marvel is going to be in.
Yeah.
And Big Hero 6 makes the most sense. I mean, you don't just want to shoehorn in. I don't know. We've talked about this before, but the Pirates of the Caribbean world's a little creepy.
Yeah.
And so it's not the
so
greatest.
Visually, Marvel could be in that same boat for a lot of its franchises.
It could be.
But I mean, what Disney has done with Big Hero 6 will make the transition from Kingdom Hearts characters to Big Hero 6 characters pretty seamless, in my opinion.
I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, the art style works really well for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think it's going to look really good.
Yeah, me too. So have you heard what the story is on this picture here?
No, I have not.
So basically, from what I've heard, this the story that's going to happen in Kingdom Hearts is basically after the movie.
Okay.
Where the power of darkness takes over the Baymax suit that was left in the other dimension.
Oh, ooh, that's kind of cool, actually.
Right?
All right,
Yeah.
I'm in.
I think it's a really bold choice that they're going to actually have it continue from the movie.
Yeah.
I hope they do something really significant with it. And as you were saying with with Pirates and as well as just Marvel characters, I think New York is another kind of odd place to be in. And Aaron, my brother, kind of mentioned this, that it's Kingdom Hearts characters in New York. That's kind of boring, It's well, no, it's actually kind of a merging of.
Well, this is
or San Francisco.
Yeah,
San Francisco.
Yeah,
Excuse me, not New York. another city.
Right.
But
it's a city.
It's a merging of San Francisco and Tokyo.
Right. It's San Francisco.
Yeah.
I guess is what they call it. It makes sense to me though because in the movie, it's not just parts of it are San Francisco and parts of it are Tokyo. It's a redesigned Japanese-inspired San Francisco.
Yeah.
And it's got a very distinct style to it.
Absolutely.
And I think, flying through the city with Baymax would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
And also, we haven't seen that before. Most worlds have been... there hasn't really been a city world.
No.
Not
the closest we've gotten is to ancient China, and that's not really close at all.
True. That's a good point. Or you can kind of count Twilight Town or Traverse.
Yeah, that's true. That's a little closer.
But
actually.
Those are closer, but
they're still total fantasy worlds,
Right,
yeah.
and I think this could be really, really cool.
Absolutely,
I really do. I really like. I liked Big Hero 6 because of the design, the sets and the animation and everything is really good.
Yeah.
And I just think that works really well.
Absolutely.
In this. I think it's going to fit in perfectly.
Yeah. And, what is it? Just exploring the city and stuff. This picture gets me really excited, too, because even though it's an art rendition, they have been showing a lot of open worldness. You know, huge valley areas, climbing up a huge mountain kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's I think this right here is a total possibility where,
oh, yeah.
you can run through the city and then, hop on Baymax and just like fly over the city.
And I love that idea.
Yeah.
And it would be really cool. Like, it doesn't have to be huge, but just to have it be like open is a really, really cool idea.
Bigger than past Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah, and I also don't think you want to do the thing where it's not open world and it's a city.
No.
I don't think you want it to be like, I have to go to the next area, because that means you can't like explore.
Exactly, and it'll like kind of like crush the momentum a bit, new street loading, new street loading.
Yeah. So I just hope that that's the way they go with it.
Yeah.
I think most indications are that it's going to be open world.
Yeah.
Or at least more open world.
They've been definitely moving towards that with pretty much all their video stuff that isn't direct combat.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this just looks awesome to me, and I really like the idea that, where this is kind of the first like property that Disney's picked up that's now being brought in. Right. And yeah, it's a really natural fit, but it, like you said, it kind of opens the doors a little bit.
Absolutely, because of course it would be great to have it. It's always a great idea to have these things. It's just all the legal like boundaries and stuff are always the questions with these.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, really exciting.
Yeah, and this also shows to me, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but this also shows with me how excited Disney is.
Yeah.
In Kingdom Hearts, because they've done
to
now
give out
2 videos and where the one before they announced Tangled, they they had made a video for it, and then they did the same thing for this one.
Yeah.
And it just kind of shows like they're still into it.
Absolutely.
Like, before I thought maybe it was being dropped or kind of being put on the back burner because Disney was like,
they've
Kingdom
been
Hearts,
taking
whatever.
So long.
Yeah, and I mean, they're a big company, and they've obviously had bigger fish to fry. They bought Star Wars, for God's sake. Yeah. I mean, they've had bigger stuff going on, but it's cool to see that Disney's like, no, Kingdom Hearts we want this to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think what you said earlier might have some weight behind it now. A little bit more that Square Enix might be the one that's kind of dragging their feet.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, I would have to agree because as we can see, Disney is all for it. Bringing over one of their newest films.
Yeah.
Which I think, to me, was the second most exciting thing is like, this is really recent. It came out in theaters less than a year ago.
Right.
And to have their hand in that, like we think about Star Wars as well, of course, more property boundaries, but like as far as like timing goes, they'd be okay to do it. I believe the buying the rights to Lucasfilm was like in 2012.
I think so,
or something like that. So it was a little while ago. So just timing wise, like what they're trying to push for Kingdom Hearts is really at the forefront.
I think so, yeah. And I this also maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm still thinking that Frozen may be in because
I can't believe it.
Yeah, because the more I see from Disney, like at first I was like, all right, so we're getting some older worlds, that's fine, and then they're like, hey, Tangled's gonna be in, that's cool, and then they keep getting newer, and then they're like, oh, hey, Big Hero 6 is coming in. I'm kind of like, all right, we might be leading up to the big announcement from Disney is gonna be that it's Frozen, which is not a big surprise. It's the biggest franchise for them pretty much ever, especially recently. And they definitely seem like they're giving this a lot of like, oh, this could push sales and like this could, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think they might, because at first I thought maybe, probably not. Because Frozen's huge, and you want it everywhere, but you also want it to be controlled.
Right, that's true.
Because it's so big, you want to make sure that it's like quality controlled, sort of.
Right.
But I think they're gonna do it.
Absolutely.
I really do.
Do you think it's gonna be like a sing along world like in Atlantic?
I don't think so. Well,
I haven't seen the movie, so
it might. Some of it might be, but there's a lot of possibilities for action.
Oh yeah.
And I think so.
Okay.
Pretty easily. I mean, their whole snow and ice theme would work really well there. I don't know if Disney's going to be happy with fighting. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Elsa's going to be in your party. I don't know if they would do that. Then again, Disney did a lot of weird stuff. Not weird stuff, but they did a lot of kind of uncharacteristic stuff with Frozen.
Oh yeah.
Well, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know. So I maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea. Frozen is definitely a wild card. Like I think at this point they're gonna announce it. I have no idea what it's gonna be like.
I think it's definitely gonna be in Kingdom Hearts. It's just way too big, you know.
Yeah.
That's definitely an interesting thought at this point is to like think how many old worlds and how many new worlds are there going to be? Because since like Kingdom Hearts 2 there have been so many new Disney movies. We might see a flood of just the newer 3D movies. We've been talking a lot about Wreck-It Ralph as well, which would be an amazing fit as well.
Yeah. I just think with all the video game licenses that might not happen.
Yeah.
In a movie, it makes sense for like a company like Capcom to be like, sure, use Ryu.
Yeah.
But in I think a video game...
I think it's possible.
No, I think it's possible. Yeah. No, and I'm not saying it's not. Yeah. But, you know, that's a little...
They don't need the license of the characters to... like, they have a lot of their own video game characters.
No, that's a good point. Like, they have Wreck-It Ralph and the big characters
the racer and
they're original ones. Yeah. Right, yeah. They're original characters. You know, you just can't use, like, Q-Bert or, you know...
It's really fun to see Sonic the Hedgehog in there.
That'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I am really excited about this.
Me too.
I hope it opens up possibilities.
Yeah. I think this is a good sign.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so tell us what you guys think at our many locations. You can find us at youtube.com/thefanvoicepodcast.
Facebook.com/thefanvoicepodcast.
Twitter at fanvoicepodcast.
Google.com/+thefanvoicepodcast.
Our email, fan@thefanvoice.com.
And our website, fanvoice.com, where you can find news, reviews, and all of that good stuff.
Yeah!
So tell us what you guys think about Big Hero 6 and what you're excited about. Yeah! All right, we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.